strike in November because feeling is running so high that they've got the cheek to try and take away our pensions when we've given our lives to working for the NHS and for the good of this country's health. We're all very angry, we're all very committed, and we're hoping that this will go all the way and that we will win.
But the reality, brothers and sisters, is this. People have got to start waking up, and we've woken up here today, but the rest of the trade union movement's got to start waking up. This ain't just about pensions. This is about an ideological attack on every working man and every working woman in this country.
Nearly 50 people have been arrested after a night of rioting in North London. Petrol bombs were thrown, vehicles and buildings set on fire, and shops were looted.
'Cause we are the ones that wanna play. You always wanna go, but you never wanna stay.
Comrades, we are proud to have addressing this conference the President of the PCS, Janice Corbett.
3.5 weeks ago, our annual conference voted overwhelmingly to ballot for action alongside the teaching unions. A vote which I believe was genuinely historic and marks the start of a serious, organised industrial fight back on behalf of thousands of workers and of our class.
PCS have had the strongest supported strike of any that we've had in recent years.
You know, I'm really worried about my pensions and for the future of the country, and also my children's pensions if they come into the civil service. But I know that with the changes, I'll be working for 6 years longer. I'll be paying £87.86 more per month. I'm going to lose £24,600.80 over 20 years.
This is about a fight for our pensions. It's the fact they want us to pay an extra 3% or more. They want to make us work extra till we're 68. There's no consultation, no negotiation whatsoever. The government have practically refused to negotiate, and I've got to say the only alternative at the moment is the trade union movement. There just is no other voice in this country who's prepared to speak up for the workers. There just isn't.
It's afraid of the organised working class striking together.
I say it's a collective action of working class people. This is working power.
This government is on a mission. It's on a mission to transfer wealth from working people to the rich.
200,000 applicants won't get a university place.
They talk about a feral underclass. Well, I tell you what, it's a feral overclass.
Can I first of all congratulate the organisers in the NSSN for putting on this magnificent rally and the march and putting pressure on the TUC. Because we're going to spend the next 3 days in the TUC Congress discussing composite resolutions. Probably most of them will be agreed unanimously, but we all know in this room the key is turning the resolutions into action. And in that sense, I think you're meeting here at the defining moment for all of us in the trade union movement over the past period.
You can't get me out of the union. Can't get me out of the union. Can't get me out of the union. Till the day I die. Till the day I die.
The
November the 30th was one of the greatest days in British trade union movement history, and that is why what we need to do is build on that, name the day for action in January for a nationally coordinated strike, escalate the campaign, and make sure we're bringing on private sector unions as well, who are also fighting for pensions rights.
And I think what the problem is today is that action on November the 30th not only gave hope to the trade unionists who took part in the strike action, but gave hope to the vast amount of people in this country who are searching for some kind of alternative to the cuts. It gave people confidence. So what should be happening today? Rather than the circus and the sellout that we fear is going to happen in there, what they should be doing is naming the day for the next industrial action, the next day of nationally coordinated industrial action.
Is the danger of losing all the momentum generated by the incredible strike on November the 30th.
And I have to say to you that the difficulty in getting to where we got was most clearly exposed in the talks that Kevin Courtney and I, along with other TUC leaders, went to with the government. Because not once, but twice, in June and on the 2nd of November, the most senior trade unionists in Britain, openly in front of government ministers at the negotiations, made it clear they did not agree with what we were saying. They did not agree that we should throw out the heads of agreement, and they made it clear that we spoke not for the trade union movement, but only for ourselves.
68! 68! 68! Well, Chris, the PCS, the Provisional Young Members Officer, after the PCS have been out now for about in the 3rd day running in the pension dispute. We've already got industrial action going across multiple groups. We're going to pay privatisation, job cuts, you name it, we're being hit in every single way possible. And this dispute is going to go on until we stand up and fight back. It's the government determined to destroy the public sector, to privatise as much as they can, to destroy our terms and conditions at any cost. The only way we're going to be able to defeat that is by standing together, fighting back. Our people here, the PCS are happy to see Unite out alongside us, and now we've been talking of unison, talking about other unions. There's great news about the POI. There is almost unity amongst ordinary people about what's going on here. People see what's happening. They can see what's happening to our pensions. They can see what's happening to our pay. See the disastrous consequences we're having. We're tasking ordinary working people to pay for a banking crisis, to pay for the financial sector that caused all this, and to continue to pay for tax cuts for the rich. That is where the money is. That is what we need to pay for our pensions. It's an absolute disgrace when we had the 3rd highest pension of poverty in the whole of Europe, that they're turning around and saying us, we're going to cut your pensions.
On fantastic news this morning, we are hearing that there are thousands and thousands of prison officers that have walked out of prisons up and down the country. I've just come from Brixton Prison. There are 70 pickets on the picket line. There are UCU members and PCS members going to give them support. Walmart scrubs have stopped working as well. All unofficial, all to protest against the attacks on pensions.
Brothers and sisters, we just can't take this action and walk away. We've got to start building it up. We need the teachers involved, whatever the differences that might be. We need other groups of workers involved, but we need the entire trade union movement to link up with the communities and all of the people, whether they be pensioners, whether they be disabled, those people unable to work and seeing the real attacks being made, come together, and we should combine. If they can take general strike action in Greece and in Spain and in France, we should turn around today and say that we're going to take it in Britain to defend our generations in the future.